For the quadratic function, find and label A, the vertex, B, the line of symmetry, and C, the maximum or minimum value. And then D will graph the function. And we're given the quadratic function f of x equals the opposite of x squared minus 2x. And here's where we're going to fill in all of our information, but we're going to do our work on a separate piece of paper since it'll take a little bit of time to find the vertex. We're going to complete the square. In order to do that, since we have not just x squared, but we have the opposite of x squared, we'll factor a -1 out of both of these terms to start with. So we have f of x equals the -1, or just the opposite sign, x squared plus 2x, and there's no other term to deal with here at the moment. To complete the square, we want to complete the square inside parentheses here. We have x squared plus 2x, half of 2 is 1, 1 squared is 1. We add 1, that will complete the square. We subtract 1 so that we've essentially changed the function not at all. 1 minus 1 is 0. And then we only want in the parentheses the x squared plus 2x plus 1. So the opposite of -1 is +1, and that's what comes out of the parentheses. So we now have something that's equivalent to our original function, but written in this form. And so we can write this as the opposite of x plus 1 squared plus 1. Now we're getting ready to read the vertex from this equation. We'll need to have x minus something inside the parentheses in order to read it directly from the equation. So I'll write that as the opposite of x minus -1 squared plus 1. The vertex then, read directly from here, is -1, 1. So let's fill that in. At -1, 1. The line of symmetry is read from the h value here. So x would be -1 for the line of symmetry. And then this line here means I need to tell whether it's a maximum or a minimum value. For that, I can look at the original function and find that the coefficient of the x squared is -1, which means that the graph opens downward, which means it's going to reach a maximum at its vertex. So you write in maximum value, and that would be the k, or the y-coordinate of the vertex, which is 1. Now in order to plot the points, we know that the vertex is 1 point on here. Let's pick some values for x, and I'm going to just choose a couple on either side of the vertex, and I can go ahead and write the vertex in here. And I don't have to fill in the whole chart if I don't want to. At this point, I would just find f of -3. I'll be substituting that in this equation, and I would get -3. F of -2 is 0. F of 0 is 0. F of 2 is -8. And let's see if this is enough for us to plot to graph the parabola. These are the points that I found. I know the vertex is -1, 1, so that's going to be where the direction changes. So -1, 1 goes right here. Then I have -3, -3, -2, 0, 0, 0, 2, -8. And that's really enough since I already know its shape is a parabola opening downward. I can graph that and label it f of x equals the opposite of x squared minus 2x.